What's the simplicity of the RUT, well, any of the Teltonika routers? Keep it simple, keep it real. Now, this is I'd say a completely unscripted, unprepared video. That's why it's a Saturday afternoon. I'm here in my patio at home. I was playing with a modem, trying to set up some tests for a customer, and I thought as I was doing this, there's so many questions in my head that I hear from customers that I thought I will just run through them. One of them is, and this is based on a recent video that we uploaded with the tests in the Adelaide Hills. We get a lot of constructive feedback. I appreciate people really trying to get the best out of the performance, but there was competing comments about other technologies. There were competing solutions about use another antenna or go with carrier aggregation and just can get so much better speeds. It's not important for us. I mean, I can use some really crude words here to say I don't care if there are better ways to do this. I care that a customer gets the best type of solution for the simplest possible way. That's efficiency. Get them a modem that's reliable, something that, if you look on the paper, actually can last up to 10 years. So there we go. Teltonika, 10 years is what they say, up to 10 years. So that's nothing, that is something you can't ignore. If a solution works and works well, and you say, well, in the hardware, it's about 10 years mean time between failure kind of things. Well, awesome. And the other thing as well is it's simple. Your modem, which I will show now, open it up, put a modem, a SIM card in there, and you will have a connection going. It's simple, it's reliable, it's going to work if you are in the right place. Now, of course, when you go further remote, there's different scenarios. If you're in the city, there's different scenarios. That's all good and well. When we make the video, we talk to the customer who are in that fringe area where things can be better. It's working, but it can be better. If it was somebody who's completely in the middle of nowhere in the sticks, there's a different solution. We'll make a different video with different antennas. But in that case, and in many cases, you can get better where you are without breaking the bank, without going too complicated. So that's my story, that's my rant, a little bit this morning. Now I just want to get into this. So what I have in front of me, I did a test with the 950. It's the same one, this one here. It's physically the same one that I used on the demonstration in the Adelaide Hills. And I have the same SIM card as well available. Now we sell a lot of the RUT360s. There is the 240. There's so many different models. The principle of the Teltonika works the same, and that's beautiful. So the story I'm going to tell you, what's in there, is always the same. And another question we get a lot, because we sell kits on our website, is do you get your own antennas? Do you get another power supply and so forth? So yes, when we sell a kit, we basically sell you the complete Teltonika box with whatever it comes with as a standalone product. So this box and whatever is in there can be used by itself. We add an antenna. So in many cases you'll see we add the pointing MIMO 312 for the caravan kits, or we would add the XPOL 2 in some way or form, and soon enough we will add the XPOL 24 with the RUT X50 as well. So it's going to be one plus the other one. We also add a power cable because that power cable makes more sense in a caravan, but it doesn't mean we take something out of the box. The box stays as is. Question then is, what is in the box? So that's what I'm going to do. So what you get is exactly this. You get the modem. There is the RUT360. It has the 4 ports on one end, the RF ports, the SMA ports, which are the ones I am most excited about. And on the other side, you get your Ethernet ports, and you get your power cable and a SIM card slot. That is the unit. And you will see there are clearly 2 types of SMA connectors, the RP SMA, reverse polarity for Wi-Fi, which is called wireless, and the 2 standard SMA connectors for mobile. On other models, such as the X14, you'll have different number of connectors. You'll see on an upcoming RUT X50 as well, that is going to have more 4G, 5G antenna ports available. But that's the principle, that's the package you get. You get your instruction manual, so you get your quick start guide, and you get an introduction to RMS, which is now available from RFshop at rfshop.com.au. How's that for a quick pitch? You also get Ethernet cable. That's all part of the box, it's still in there. You get your 240 volt, in our case here in Australia, power cable that will connect the 12 volt connector into the device. We add more power cables for different applications, but this is always there. So that, again, this is by itself a functional unit. We also get the SIM card adapter. So you can insert the full-size SIM into the unit, that's what it wants, but you also have little adapters for micro and nano. So that comes in. So whatever size of SIM card you have available, doesn't matter, it's already with an adapter, so you can put it in there. Plus, there's a little little pin. The pin is what you need to just open up. Like if your iPhone uses, don't know about Android or so, you always have that little pin that you can use to just pop the SIM card out. Well, soon enough it will be eSIMs, then that's no longer relevant for those modems, but phones, but it is here. And then of course, yes, always included your 4 antennas. So I have 4 antennas here, Wi-Fi antennas, and it's printed on there. So the Wi-Fi antennas with the RPSMA connectors at the bottom will fit into the Wi-Fi ports on your RUT360, and you have your 2 mobile printed on there antennas that will fit onto the RUT360 mobile ports as well. That's in the box. I will power it up now, and then I will record that experience as well using my phone again, so you could see that the first experience of powering it up, because this is a brand new unit, haven't used it before, so everything I'm going to have on screen, which I will record, you will see for the first time. Okay, now this is a bit like a recipe. So I have my 4 antennas ready. As I mentioned, I'll just put them in. Mobile into mobile, Wi-Fi into Wi-Fi. Make it look like a porcupine. I had a question yesterday, so is it a good idea that all these antennas are next to each other like that? No, never is. So I always, when I'm finished with it, it looks a bit like a porcupine. You go a little bit of diversity of some sort. So that's how I normally want to make it look. Then you pop the SIM out, which I have done. There's a full-size SIM. Put that in there. That's it. And power cable, plug it in. This is the first time this unit has been powered up. So plug it in and wait for it to boot. Now you'll see the lights goes through a bit of a sequence. That's all good and well. So while this is booting up, another question we get is, where's the Wi-Fi login detail? It's not in the paperwork. And no, it's just a quick start. It's not specific to this unit. You'll see on the top, it says, written in the blue, default IP 192.168.1.1 and user and password admin/admin01. So that's going to be useful in the next minute or two. At the bottom, that's where the trick is. Then that's specific to this one. Serial number, blah blah blah, but Wi-Fi SSID, in this case RUT whatever 28C5, and then the Wi-Fi password is there. That's what you need to get into the unit if you don't use a laptop with an Ethernet cable. We had an instance where somebody once had an issue where the installer put the Velcro on there, couldn't use it. I said just take the Ethernet cable, log in through the laptop, get in, just change the passwords, and then you're good again. Of course, when you do a factory reset, it's going to factory reset back to these values. So that's just something to remember. If something goes completely belly up, factory reset back to this. All good. All right, there we go. Porcupine is ready. No, it's still looking. So it's the first time this thing is powered up. So everything is fresh. It takes a while. So the first one is always the longest. We are good to go. So 4G stopped blinking, LED stopped blinking. Okay, so now you need to make sure that you are connected to Wi-Fi. This is where the trick is. Wi-Fi will be what I have under the screen. So I could show you this. So it's that one. And the password is what I see on this. Join. Weak security because nothing has changed. So it's kind of a warning sign. Connected. That's it. We're good. 192.168. Go. Authorization required. Username. And that's now what you get in front. So on the front you see text that says admin and admin01. It's a new one, so I just want to show you something because this is important. The first time it actually asks you to change it. That's why this experience is very useful. Admin01, login. There. No. Set new password. As you can see there, it says set new password. And that is different from when I demoed this. This is the first experience. Set a new password. Not now. Skip visit. I'm not too fussed about that. Okay, good. Go to my menu. I want to go to system. That's network, mobile. Okay, there we go. Shows me all the information I need. Connected, signal strength, that's the RSSI. The one I'm looking at is RSRP minus 98. I'm on band 28 slash band 3. Awesome. There you show, it shows the signal strength for the band 28 connection, and band 3 it says minus 103. RSRQ is minus 17, signal to noise is minus 3.7, so 2.7. 0.5, but that's still setting up. Yeah, signal to noise is not like phenomenal. Let's see what we get. I mean, this is just, as I say, the first setup. Needs to change all that, but as always, external antenna. If this was really a problem, if I wasn't just mucking around on a Saturday afternoon, there could have been something I need to do about it. My first test here, download 5, 6, 7, let's look 5, 6, 7, 8, I guess. It goes to 9, it goes 10, it goes up actually. Awesome. It's ended up at 12. Upload. Let's let it finish. Imagine that. I'm in the suburbs and I'm getting a weaker connection than I could get in the Adelaide Hills. Shows you how good an external antenna can be when it's needed. There we go. 12 down, pretty much 5 up. I'm not about the results, I'm about the process of setting it up. I'm not in a good position. I'm here in the middle of in between walls and stuff, so that's all good and well. I just really wanted to show you the simplicity of the setup. There's all the sequence that you go through here with the expert experience. If you have an external antenna, you would remove these 2 antennas and just put an external antenna in there. But this is it. You could sit somewhere, you could sit anywhere. This is how simple it is. It's up and running. It's all set up and ready to go. Simple as that. You can change the password for the Wi-Fi and stuff. We're not going to do that here. That's just adding too much complexity today. Okay, so I've done the whole setup and everything is all good and well. But to be honest, when I saw the initial results, I thought, I know it's because it's at the back of the house and I'm in that little patio. So I'm against, there's an old age home against us as well. So the signal is at its worst down there at the back. But I thought, you know what, I just really want to repeat the test where I could show it in a better way. So I'm now here in, well, actually in our bedroom, but this is the front of the house and it faces the opposite way, as you'll see in a video that's rolling. So I'm going to do the test again, showing this just as a closing demonstration before we go. No, next time I'll put the external antenna on and then things will be significantly better, but I just want to have a bit of a baseline to say, you know, there's a good signal here. Living in the suburbs is not all that bad at all. Connected to Wi-Fi to the actual unit as before. Just have to go there. Backman, I hope you hear my dog in the background. Maybe not. So yeah, so there we go. So we're logged into the unit itself, and it says network mobile. I want to show you this. This is better. So signal here. I'll just scroll down. There we go. RSRP. It shows band 28 and band 3 values, and it shows minus 85, minus 91 RSRP, which is a good number. So that's it. We're getting into strong signal just by looking at my values at home. RSRQ, my quality is about minus 13. Okay, now it's only giving me, that's whatever, it's jumping. Signal to noise, that's the one I get the most excited about. So you can see it's 9.9 or 11 depending on which band. So there's really a good clean signal available through the setup that I have with this modem. On the other side of the house, not so much. That's previous readings. I'll just repeat this again. Let's go. So I'll do some running commentary as we go through this, but you'll see ping is obviously fine. That's always the case, typically what you can expect. 30 just by the modem itself. So 28, so that's awesome. Happy with that. As you can see, it's better than the previous results. So that's, well, 32, there we go. Closing number 32.7 down. Upload is running at, well, there we go, we're almost getting to 20. So it's not like I'm waiting for this to finish. I see this is the kind of numbers that we get. So 30, 32 down, 16 up. That's awesome. That's really what we can get just by the modem by itself, if you use it without any external antenna here in the suburb. So with an external antenna you may get better values, which is of course something we will typically do, but this is not the type of place where I would feel the urge to do an external antenna. Thanks for watching. Now I'm done just doing an unboxing of the 360. we're going to use the same modem again everywhere, but I think I'll do more unboxing just with similar experiences with the other models that we have as well. And of course, when the RUT X50 comes out, that's going to be awesome, because then we're going to have a lot of fun. I run a 5G network here at home, because that we have 5G. So as a user, I'm using 5G. So for sure, when I get a 5G modem, I will test and play with that as well. Cheers, bye bye.